Okay, so we are making something called drop caps today. These are these are like big letters that you sometimes see at the start of storybooks. So I'm going to show you how to make interesting drop caps. And if we can, then through the week, I want you to make the entire alphabet of drop caps. Okay. So I want you to first spend 5 minutes just observing what I make. Don't draw anything. I'm going to draw everything again with you. So you don't have to try to finish up fast. I just want you to see what I make, and then we will make some different letters together. Okay. So we are making drop caps. A drop cap means a dropped capital letter. Now we don't want to keep saying dropped capital. So we say dropped or drop cap. So this is when we have a big letter and what you want to write starts next to the letter instead of below. So suppose I want to write the word, today is Monday. So suppose I want to write Monday. I will write MONDAY. So all the letters are sitting on a line, right? This is called the baseline. Then all the small letters, or many of the small letters, they come up to the same height. Some of them have lines that go up above that line and some that come below the baseline. So this line is called the X line. You don't have to memorize all of this. I just want you to know a few things about why this is called dropped cap. And then you have one line which is the height of the capital letter. This is called the cap height. Okay, is this clear? Now, sometimes when we have to make a very decorative page, we want to write one big letter. The first letter, we want to make it really big, like in a storybook. Then we will make it so big, but we can't write the word after that. So suppose I write a very big decorative M. Now here, if I want to write Monday with these same letters, Monday is a great day for art. Suppose I want to write that. It'll look very odd if I write it below from the baseline of M, isn't it? So instead of writing the words here, I can write the remaining words of the letters of the sentence or the remaining words of that sentence next to this. Monday is a great day to make art. Okay, so you know that this M is only for Monday. It is not Monday, is Ma, great, Made, make, art, right? Monday, this M stands only for this Monday. But where is the baseline? Over here. And where is the baseline of the M? It is dropped down to here. Got it? That is why these letters are called drop caps. Now, there is so much space around these letters that very often you will find that these letters are heavily decorated so that it looks like a very nice design. You will have all sorts of creative design possibilities.
Ma'am, one time we made the designs on the side.
Yes, I that's what I thought that we have done this before. But we will do it again because there's so much we can do, and I don't think we finished the whole alphabet in this. Did we do the whole alphabet? So you can, when you decorate everything around it, it starts looking very ornamental. And then this becomes
We did like this.
correct, yes. So today we're going to do something similar. And because there are a lot of new students, they've not done it, I think. I love to do this. I have been doing this for the past 10 years, and every time I think of a new design to make. So there's never enough of drop capitals. And this time we're going to do all the alphabets. So I want you to then divide your page into 6 parts. I'll show you how, and in that you will make the letters. So if we want to write, say, a story over here, we will write something like this. I just want you to see this. We can write, usually all stories for some reason start with once upon a time. To this, I can add more embellishments.
Ma'am, may I go drink water?
Yes, yes, please go ahead. Oh, why isn't this writing? Okay, so. And I can also decorate all sorts of, I can put all sorts of decorations around this. That way my page looks very good. And I can also add a bit of these decorations along the frame of the page. So then that also looks good. All these are ideas used in ancient books to make the books look very impressive. And then you can have some more illustrations. You could probably have the illustration of maybe a person here. Say somebody is sitting over here. You can be as creative as you want. You can have some clouds and trees and everything. And you can also make this even bigger if you want. See? So drop caps can be a very nice design for you to practice, and any number of designs you can make. So let's make one simple one. We're going to start off with make, making these letters very lightly. I don't want you to make them too dark. So I want you to make a very light letter A in about so much space, not too large. So this A is going to be about like this. And then around that, we will make the shape. We're going to go make a line that goes around this A. So every time you encounter an angle or another line, you have to draw a line around it like the skin of this letter. So the original letter is the skeleton, and then you have the skin around it. Let's make a B also. Now remember, we have to make it about the same size. So make this B about the height, leave a lot of room around. About the height of this A. Keep checking that your line doesn't go too low. Now you'll notice that when you're making a B, it gets very confusing. You might make a B that's the size of the finished A. So you must do this trick. Make all the skeleton letters first. So you can make sure that they are the same height. This is the height. This is how I measure height. You don't really need a scale for that. You can use a pencil to measure the height of one letter, then check if the other letters are the same. The C can be slightly bigger. And look at how far I'm holding the pencil. I want you to hold the pencil really far to make your drawing. And then the D, all these are the skeletons of letters. Once the skeleton is done, let's start putting in the skin. So when you're making these shapes, if some lines are a little crooked, it's okay. Don't use an eraser. If you use the eraser too much, that'll damage your paper, and then you won't be able to draw as well. You won't be able to paint as properly. So I'm going to show you when it is good to erase. Okay, now some of the letters are big, some are small. That's okay. Kyra, I want you to try and make big letters this time, okay? No small letters. I want to see how big your letter is. It must be at least as big as your finger. Is it as big as your finger? I can see your finger. Is the letter as big as your finger? Ah, then make it as big as your finger. Come on. And don't erase the ones that you've made before. Let that be. Make another one next to it. All right, now for the A, we are going to make a square around the A. A square or a rectangle. It doesn't have to be an exact square. And if your lines are a little wobbly, that's okay. They don't have to be perfect. Do not use a scale to draw this line. Just draw it freehand. Now, the fun bit is we are going to make a design in all the space outside the A. So how about let us make some flower-like designs. And these I'm going to make a little darker so you can see them. Even you can make them dark. In some places, the line will go inside A. In some places, it will go behind the A. So how about let's make making just a circle, wobbly circle like that. A little bit has come inside. Then from the other side, I'm going to make a wobbly circle just outside. not coming inside. And I'm going to make another circle over here that's behind A. Then I'm going to make one this side that goes through like this. Then maybe a small one here that comes on top. One here, and perhaps one here. And maybe this too can go outside just a little bit. Now inside all these circles, we are going to make some design. But before we make the design, here is where you can erase a few lines. First, we will erase the skeleton. Now we don't need the skeleton anymore. Then we will erase part of the skin which goes through our designs, like here and here. And that's it. Now the design is clean. I think I'll also erase this part and make my rosette come outward. So right now this just looks like polka dots, but we can convert these to flowers like this. You can just make a wobbly circle coming inward. Don't make it too perfect because that does not look nice. See? So just from the outside, you can come inward, or you can take from the inside and go outside. When you're here, make sure that you don't go into the letter. Just be careful. Now over here, we will just draw a few lines like this so that it looks like the outside of a flower. So we are making the design in the negative. This is called negative design. And when we color our negative design, our letter will stand out. Oh, sorry. I don't know what I've done here. Okay. Now we can make some leaves. Just make simple leaves. Don't let the leaves come outside of the box. And fill up the whole background with leaves. Is everyone able to make this? Do you have any difficulties? You want me to check something? Okay. That's it. Now we can color this. So if you want, you can color the background a separate color like a deep black or blue. And before that, you can color all the other elements in bright colors. Choose whichever color you like now for the flowers. So I'm making simple red colored flowers with paint. And paint very carefully so that you don't go inside the letter A. Now I have painted flowers here, but for you could paint whatever you want over here. Say, who amongst you likes insects, bugs? Nobody likes bugs? Who likes bugs? Kyra likes bugs. Ruhan likes bugs. Nobody else. All right. Then how many of you like butterflies? Butterflies are also bugs, actually. So one rule when painting, always go very slowly. And when you're painting with a brush, make sure that you don't go over and over and over the same area more than maybe twice. So once your paper has been colored, you have to move to the next area. That way you don't get patches. Otherwise, there's the danger of getting very patchy painting. And sometimes patchy is good, but you should want it.
Ma'am, can we do those circles in any color we like?
Yes, do them in any color you want. After you've finished coloring the circle, we will, instead of painting the next color, we will go to the letter B. So tell me when you're done coloring, then I can take you to the letter B.
Can we color the leaves?
If you are painting, then wait till the first color dries.
Okay,
Okay, now for B, can I move to the B or do you want me to wait?
ma'am.
Wait? Okay. Done with the A? Now for the B, I want us to think about stuff that starts with the letter B. So here we are going to make it more representative or representation. Yes?
Bugs, balls, butterflies, balloons.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so I want you to try and make um, any of those letters, objects around the letter B. So this time round, how about we can again make this rectangle or square around the letter. And we can make one or many items. You can make, say, I could make balloons that are floating outward.
Can you make multiple objects?
Yes, make multiple objects. So I want to make bees also because I really like bees. I like to make very simple bees. And butterflies. Oh, actually, I have a very nice butterfly design. And yeah, I suppose that's it. And all these are flying objects. So in the back, we can make a sky with maybe clouds. So I'm making these clouds, just one or two, and then the rest of it we can paint in blue. So this time round, let's erase the unnecessaries. Are there any unnecessaries? Yes, there's some here. And first I'm going to paint the background. I'm painting the background in a nice cerulean blue, which is very light and bright. So this time round, I want you to see how when you're painting a background, you should always travel in one direction. See, you can just stain the paper. You should just make sure that your brush travels over the paper once and deposits color there. Sometimes if you have a dark color coming on top, then you can paint the whole thing. But this time I'm not going to have a dark color. The trick is to go very slowly. Don't rush. It's perfectly fine if you have a picture that is unfinished, that you can finish whenever you have time, rather than rushing and finishing something and making it not your best picture.
And can you look at mine B?
Yeah, 1 second. So I don't want to stop, otherwise I'll get patches. Let me just finish painting this bee and then I'm all yours. So you must pick up paint from your palette a little before the brush goes completely dry. Then you will never have patches. Okay, one last bit and then I'll see yours. Okay, let's see. Oh, wonderful. But Viraj, I'm going to ask you to keep some gap from the top.
Yes.
Hmm? It's too close to the edge. The next ones that you make on the next page, once you finish this page, keep at least 1 finger distance. So now you know where you made your skeleton letter. Correct. For the next page, make your skeleton letter 1 finger below where you made your skeleton letter on this page. All right. Okay, now that I've painted this, the earlier letter has dried. So I'm going to paint the leaves on that. And just to be a little quirky, I'm painting my leaves in blue. But here's the trick that I wanted to show you. Now I have decided that I'm painting this backdrop behind dark, either dark blue or black. So I don't need to carefully paint all the leaves here. I'm taking a very light color, the nice thin brush, and painting the whole background. Then I will layer the dark color on top at the right point. So you can use this topic to practice these painting techniques. Oh, I almost destroyed my earlier painting. So I'm turning my book around now. That way my hand does not go on the wet painting on this side. I'll turn it this way. And make sure that I keep my hand off the wet paint. So always remember to get a small book. Those of you who have an A3 size book, you don't need an A3 size. An A4 size is good because then you can keep rotating your book like that. It's easy to rotate and get to the difficult areas properly. With a big book, it becomes difficult and then we get lazy and then we don't paint properly and then the whole point is lost. Do you know what an A3 and an A4 size book is?
Yes.
Yes, everyone knows. So whenever in class I say something and you probably don't know or understand what I'm trying to say, please ask me questions. If you go through any class without asking questions, then there's a good chance that you probably haven't learned properly in class. Then the teacher, that is me, I need to do a better job. You should have some questions to ask. Okay, now while this is drying, I'm going to paint the balloons. And I want you to see how you can make balloons look like balloons. So first and foremost, you will all give the balloons a highlight. And the highlight would be about on the same side on all balloons. I'm making them red and orange. So I'm going to paint around this highlight. And for balloons, it's good to pinch the circle down into a point like that. Just a small point like that. The next one, I'm going to make a bright orange. See, the highlight will make it look like it's a big floating balloon. Now the last balloon is touching the second balloon. So I'm going to wait till the second balloon dries completely and then I'm going to paint that. In the meantime, I'm going to go to this side where I have B. And for the B, I'm using my a black color pencil. To give me better control. But if you are comfortable, you can also paint this. To, if you're painting this first, we will paint the yellow parts, the B. And that will be these stripes, for which again I'll clean out some of the lines that we don't need. And if you're painting, you have to wait till this dries. I have a very interesting pattern to make on this. I'm going to make it look like a monarch butterfly. So for a monarch butterfly, we have two colors in the wings. We have orange, I think orange on the tips, coming down towards the center. And you can do this even if you're using color pencils. You merge the two colors. So you take a little bit of red and you merge it. You just take that little red, very little bit in your brush so that it does not become too red suddenly. And the same thing you repeat in the bottom. Now, if this is too tough for you or you are not sure if you can do this, you can just make it a fully orange butterfly and I'm going to show you how to make a pattern on top of that. I'm sure you must have seen this butterfly pattern before. So we are going to wait till the butterfly dries and then we'll come back to the bee. How is everyone doing? I may be a little fast, but that way I can complete two letters and then I can leave the remaining for you to do. I'm going back to the A and here I'm using another blue color. This time I'm using cobalt blue. The earlier one was cerulean blue. Now I'm using cobalt blue. So, any of you who are using this color kit, you should have a color chart made. You can tear up a piece of paper from the book that you are using and make this kind of a color chart. And in this chart, you will note down all the colors in your kit according to their placement. So I have lemon yellow, gamboge, orange, and the names of these colors usually are in that on that slip of paper that you will get when you buy the kit. If you have thrown that out, never mind. Just make this and I will tell you the names of the colors. Because there are only 18 colors, of which one is black and one is white. So only 16 colors. So I can tell you the names. But whenever you come across or you have bought a new painting kit, they will often give you the names of colors in that chart. You should never throw that out. You should keep that. So because I'm making my leaves in a deeper color, I can easily overlap, layering the color on top of the lighter color below. And layering is very good in watercolor. Again, you can do the same thing if you're using color pencils. For crayons, maybe you don't need to do this. It might be difficult to layer one color on top of the other, but you can try. Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, if you have any questions, don't be shy, huh? Please ask.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So now my A is really shining. Now moving on to the monarch butterfly. So this butterfly has a very peculiar design. It's very lovely. I just want everyone to see this. You start off, I'm using a pen, but you can use a black color pencil for this also. So the body of the butterfly is like this. It's like a little oval shape right in the middle here. And then you have a I think this thing has got very nice names. This is a thorax, I think, and this is the oh, I wish I had remembered this from school. So you have three parts like that to the body of a butterfly. Then you can take this line out all the way and make a nice triangle design there. And then you just make an oval shape from there and here. Then 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then you can make a whole lot of little dots on the outside. I think this fellow needs to go a little taller. And 2 little bumps here as well. And then we have to color all those. So we are going to color them later. For the bottom, I'm going to keep this uncolored for a bit so all of you can paint this. Oops. Then draw these segments. And then do a nice frilly pattern. Again, in this you can make some circles. Now I'm making this very tiny pattern because I love making tiny patterns. So that's why, Kyra, I hope you have made your B very big, the letter B, so that you can make all these tiny patterns. And then we have to just color in all this black. Now I realize that this might seem very complicated for some, but even if you try and manage just a little bit, your butterfly will still look very pretty. You don't have to get it absolutely accurate. Somewhere close to imaginary, close to reality is also fine. Because after all, this is just a picture. And even if we don't make exactly the same number of dots or whatever, it's still going to look like a butterfly. See? So the trick is to make this nice colorful blend. Now I can use the same thing for my bee also to keep it dark. Draw the antennae of the butterfly as well. Now, look at this funny thing that's happening here. Our cloud is white and the B is also white, the letter. So some places you won't be able to see the B. We have to come up with a solution. Okay, I'm using that dark blue color to paint this, and then I'm going to tell you a solution.
Mommy, you can make it sort of like a bee shadow is falling.
A what?
You can make it sort of like the bee shadow is falling on the cloud.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to do. You thought of that also? So there's two options. We can make an outline, which might be a little boring, or we can make a shadow. So I'm using the same color to make a shadow. And I want you to see how I'm making this. My shadow is going to come like this. It's like drawing another B, the letter B, of course, not the insect, a little left and below the original. So I will have a line that comes on the left of all these shapes. Once I have drawn this, it becomes easier for me to paint. I just need to make that one edge more visible. It's already visible here, so that's not a problem. And I'm going to do the same thing on the inside.
Ma'am,
Yes.
my background has already been very dark, so how do I make the shadow then?
Let me have a look, then let's see how. You may not even need it. Okay, 1 second, let me see. Yeah, you don't need it here because I think we can tell that it looks like a bee, isn't it? My bee over here, the clouds are passing straight through, so you couldn't tell. So that often happens that there's a different solution for different people. Everyone does not have to use the same solution. All right, now let's bring these strings of our balloons down. Now, don't make the string too wiggly. That looks very, very annoying. Usually, you would just have one single string that goes straight down, and one of my strings is coming from behind the bee. There we go. This is a nice composition. If you make a very wiggly line, that interferes with our composition. Composition should be nice and clean. Now here I have to erase my B. This is going to look very odd. So I'm just going to go ahead and lightly paint this edge of the B with a little bit of shadow also. Because I have no choice. It's not going to be seen otherwise. That's it. Okay, now after all the painting is done, if you feel on the white spaces there are still some pencil marks, you can still remove them. If you feel some letters need more reinforcement, then you can give them an outline or a shadow, but you might not need that also. And in this manner, I want you to finish the entire alphabet A to Z during this week. Will everyone at least try to do that? So come up with your own themes, your own colors, and on each page, make six letters. I think you should be able to make 6 letters. If you want, very lightly make some marks, but don't Don't rule them with a scale. We don't need that. On your page, see like how our page is looking right now. Aren't any lines making up our design? See? Don't make lines with a scale. You don't need that. So if I were to take a new page, I can use my fingers and decide how big I want to make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if you do make a line, just make it like this, very lightly. So that after your drawing is done, we can erase them. So you will make A, B, C, D, for example. Then you'll make E, F, G, H, I, J. Then on another page, A, L, M, N, O, P. Another page, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Another page, W, X, Y, and Z. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 pages to finish. So break it up through the week. Don't do it all on one day. Every day make 4 letters. Okay, so now today's day is gone, we've made 2 letters. So tomorrow you can make 4 letters, C, D, E, F. Then day after, G, H, I, J, and so on and so forth, right up to Sunday, so that you distribute your work. And every day you will get new ideas. So then you make new stuff. And let's see by the end of the week how your alphabets look. And if they are looking really nice, I can show you how to make a nice booklet in which we can then cut up and paste all those letters and make a nice book for your portfolios. Okay. All right. Now, can everyone just put up their book so I can have a look and maybe take a screenshot of what we've done so far? Oh, how pretty. Very nice. Aha, very nice, Viraj. Kyra, can I see yours, please? Lovely colors. So nice. These alphabets are going to look so beautiful. I can't wait to see your entire alphabet. Kyra, you're not showing me yours?
Ma'am, I'm not finished yet.
Okay, fine. No problem. All right, everyone else, you can keep your letters down. And I will now end the session for today and we will meet next week. Okay? Ah, there it is. How nice. A little to the left, a little to your right. To your right. Oh, good. Finally, a nice big letter. You can make them even bigger. Very nice. Very good, Abdul. Superb. Okay, I will now see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.